What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I have another Pete Dye designed course for you guys. We are playing Westin Mission Hills Resort. Obviously the Pete Dye. There was also a Gary Player option, so pretty cool. They have two different, I'm assuming 18-hole courses from two pretty famous people. This is in Rancho Mirage, California. This is the final California Pete Dye course. Next up, the list that I have is just alphabetical order by state. So next up, the next videos you'll be seeing from the Pete Dye series will be out of Colorado. This course was completed in 1987. This was either, all these courses are either Pete Dye himself or in collaboration with some of his family members. I think, like I mentioned, I think his wife and brother were also designers that helped him out. So should be pretty challenging. There was a lot of tee box options. We're playing the blacks, which is the furthest back as always. Again, very cold out here, so this could be a pretty ugly scorecard. Usually with these tougher courses, I try to be anywhere from bogey golf and under. So we're looking at 18 over and hopefully somewhere under that, but I guess we'll see. If you guys caught, I just played the final top 59 hole course in the world. That was Royal, Worlington, and Newmarket. If you guys caught that video, I'm assuming that will probably get released first, but if you caught that video, for whatever reason today I came out here and everything was reading really long from what I was using previously with the altitude. So I'm down to 3,500 feet of altitude, 65% humidity, and 85 degrees temperature. Again, using the Callaway Super Soft balls, or only one now. I cracked another one in that last video, but we're only down to one of them now with the metallic dots. So for whatever reason, everything was reading long. I don't know if Garmin's having a good or a bad day. The R10 itself, maybe with the weather, I don't know, but that's what we're going with for the settings. But like always, Garmin Approach R10 behind me on a DIY level stand. Country Club Elite mat here. My stance mat, artificial turf tiles that are put together here. 10x7 nets and Home Tee Hero that you're seeing on screen. So, with all that being said, let's get this thing going. We're going to start it off. First hole is a par 4, 365 yards. Looks relatively straight. Is again demoralizing. If you guys can see in the top right, Garmin and Home Tee Hero, this takes into account, it basically averages out and has all the data on your past tee shots. So over these colder couple weeks or so, with my driver not being great on top of it, I'm losing some distance. So now it's only putting me about 245, 250 out there instead of I was creeping it back up towards 260, 270 for where it thought I should hit. That doesn't really matter, but it just gives you basically shot recommendations of what it thinks and what your average distances are. So kind of demoralizing seeing that, but hopefully if we start hitting some that are 260, 270, 280 again, we'll creep that average back up. It's going to be left. I was low on the club face and off the heel and pulled left on top of it. That's going to be pretty bad. 240. See, that's the issue. I keep hitting them bad like that, and then Garmin thinks that's what I'm used to doing every single time, and it keeps bringing my average down. Again, not that it really matters, but second shot here, we got 125. We're in the rough, so 10%. We'll call that another 13 or so yards. So we're looking at 135, 138. Gonna go basically just stock full pitching wedge swing here. Usually try to play it to about 135, 140 or so. Strike depending, of course. Still working on lowering that ball flight, playing it almost all my clubs further back in my stance, flaring my left foot out a little bit, a little more forward press, a little more weight forward. Still a work in progress. Popped it up, short left. 22 yards left. We're in the rough, no slope, so I'll add another 3 yards to that. So we're looking at 25. I'm gonna go 60 degree. See, and I say that, I've been working on lowering it, and then even when I still try to do that, I pop that up to the left. In my opinion, it was probably a little bit longer than that, but that was better. Tugged it a tad left, but that should be pretty close to the yardage on the green, I would think. Short? Wonder if I'm gonna have to adjust these settings. Those were two. The drive seemed alright. That second shot, I didn't hit it great. I popped it up with a pitching wedge, but that seemed a little short, and that one seemed a little short as well. Not sure from course to course why that would be. Maybe the sun or whatnot changed slightly here, and the R10's not reading the ball as good. I don't know. But second hole, par 4, 427. We're 1 over. Gonna hit driver. Still low on the club face, but that was at least struck better, and that should be straight. But that was still probably only maybe 250, 260 if that. And 270. Take that, Garmin averages. 163 left. This is tricky. Usually 9 irons about 155, 160. 7 iron gets into the 170, 175 range. I have popped a couple up, so I think I'm gonna go soft 8 and see what happens. Play a little more conservative, grab the extra club and swing a little bit smoother. Gotta get the ball rolling after this tee. That was a decent tee shot. Gotta get the ball rolling with some better shots in a row here. Hopefully we can capitalize on that. Get a decent 8 iron in here. A tad thin and left. Not terrible though. We'll see what we get. Yeah, pin high left. Gotta love the two-way miss. Alright, 18 yards, down 1. This is gonna roll out just a tad when it hits. Plus we're in the rough, so we'll call it another 2 yards on top of that. So we're looking at 19, 20 yards or so. Gonna go 60 degree. A little bit heavy and left. We got the +1 though. We'll take that. We'll take the par. I'd be curious, let me know in the comments if you guys any of you are from a cold weather state where you continue to play during these colder months, how it affects your game and whatnot. Third hole. We're 1 over now through 2. Par 3, 169, nice. Down 2, so we're at 167. Gonna go 8 iron again. This one's gonna be a fuller 8. I apologize in advance for the sniffles of my runny nose and blowing my nose once I get back over to the paper towels over there, but kind of comes with the territory when it's 30, 40 degrees out. pretty similar shot. A tad thin left. That probably is going to be pin high, maybe a little long left. Yep. Right into the bunker on top of it. Alright. Second shot out of the bunker. It says 20%, but in my experience it always plays longer. Greenside bunkers are anywhere from 40, 50, sometimes even 60%, and then fairway bunkers are like 30, 40, 50%, despite it saying 20. But I have an ongoing theory. I think it depends on the type of sand, possibly that Garmin thinks there is, and depending on where it is in the bunker, if there's like a big lip. It doesn't really show it as much on some of these graphics, because obviously the Home Tee Hero doesn't have the best graphics in the world, but I think possibly if it's a deep bunker with a big lip, it'll probably take off more, which is still kind of a guessing game because you don't really know that. But 21 yards, no slope, so 20% of that would be 4 yards, 40% would be 8. I think it's going to play closer to that. So I think I need about a 30-yard shot here. Gonna go 56 degree. Play my regular 30-yard shot if I can. That should be pretty close to 30 yards, and it was straight as well. Decent swing there with the 56. Yep. And again, obviously it says 21, but you gotta remember with the bunker, it takes it off, so you gotta add that to it. You gotta add probably, that was probably pretty close to 30, so if you add 8 yards to that, that was about 29 or so. Within the +1 though, so we'll take that all day. Scraped out the par, so we're still 1 over through 3. Fourth hole, par 4, 416. See if we can get another good drive up here. Gonna play this one, aim up the right side, see if I can draw one back and hopefully avoid that bunker if we can. Past couple shots have been, probably doesn't even look like it on camera, but I've been trying to slow down my backswing just a tad. I'm gonna try to do the same thing here. Oh, the club twisted when I hit that. That's gonna be a low line drive left. That's just gonna dive out of the air. Hopefully that was so bad it didn't even pick it up. And it did. And that's pretty accurate right there. 206 dead left, straight into the ground. As soon as I hit that, the club face just closed and that went straight down to the left. Luckily it's not a penalty stroke we can play out of this. We're in like the desert sand. 212 left to the hole. Down 1 yard to the green. Gonna aim slightly left. Usually I fade most of these shots. I'm gonna have to hit probably a hybrid, so 212 to the pin, down 1, 211, and then we'll call it probably 22 yards because we're in the rough for the 10%, so that's 131, 132, anywhere probably, or 230, 235 rather, something like that. I'm gonna go 5 hybrid. See if I can get 230 out of this. Hit it pretty good. Started a tad left, that should fade. Ooh. Alright, that's another one that probably was a little bit shorter than what it was. I think that was probably, that was at least 215 in my opinion. Granted, it said 181, so you could add like 20 yards to that, but it had it at like 200. just over 200. I think that was probably a little short based on that strike, but it wasn't the quickest. I didn't get all of it, but I think that should have been closer than 30 yards away. But either way, 31 yards, 10%. We'll call it another 3-4 yards. So we're looking at 34, 35 or so. I think I'm going to go 56, put a little bit extra mustard on my regular 30-yard shot. There's a tad left. Should be within the ballpark though, I would think. +2. Bogey. I always jinx myself, but we're on pace. We got a decent score. We're 2 over through 4. We're on pace for that bogey golf or better, but still got a lot of holes left. We could easily have a blow-up hole or 2 or 3 or 4, so don't want to count the chickens before they hatch, as they say. All right, 270. We need, I'm going to aim right. I'm going to aim basically at this bunker. If I draw one back and it comes up a little short, we still should have enough to get over this water back into the fairway on the left, as long as my club doesn't close again. I feel like, especially with this, I feel like in general I have too strong of a grip, just like pressure-wise in general, but I think even more so with the colder weather. I think I grip it even more, but despite that, the club still moved when I hit the last one, so I don't know. Better contact, but I pushed that right and we aimed right. Hopefully that doesn't go out of bounds. I think that has enough to get over the water though. Yeah, 267, just in the rough. I guess we'll take that, all things considered, versus being in the water or something. All right, second shot here on the par 5. We've got 282 left to the hole. 10%, so it's going to take 10% off of the 282, so basically you got to add 30 yards to wherever this goes. So not going to get it there, but going to hit the 3 hybrid, hopefully put something 240 plus actual swing on it, which would play about 210 because we're in the rough. But heavy and right. Tried to put a little bit more on that one. All right, 99 yards left. We're in the middle of the fairway, luckily. No slope, no reduction, so I'm gonna go choke down pitching wedge. Let's see if I can do kind of a flighted touch shot here with a 100-yard pitching wedge. In my opinion, the cold weather, that's what suffers the most, is those kind of touch and feel type shots with cold hands and everything else. Those become increasingly more difficult. Granted, I haven't been hitting the longer clubs in the driver very good, but usually that doesn't get as affected as much. Obviously, you're going to lose some distance because you're colder, your swing speed's down and everything, but probably less compression on the ball too because it's cold. But definitely the wedge shots is where it suffers the most with this weather. Struck it decent. It was a tad thin. It might even be too much. Should be right at it, but we'll see what happens yardage wise. All right, pretty good. 96 yards. Gonna be a +2. I think we scraped out a par. Yep. Back's already getting sore. I found with this colder weather, I can't play nearly as many holes back here in one stretch and like per day out here as I used to. I get pretty tired and my back gets pretty sore after only about 18 holes or so. It starts to feel it. I'm even before that now, because I played 9 before and we're only 5 holes in and I'm already feeling it. 6th hole, par 4, 317. Gonna aim up there. Kind of a narrow landing strip up there. Hopefully we can keep something straight with the driver. Gonna try to be a little more vigilant about this ball. The last round I played, I think it was on the 8th or 9th hole, the ball cracked right down the middle. So I don't know if that happened on that hole and I caught it right away, or if I played a couple holes and a couple shots with a cracked ball. But I'm gonna try to keep an eye on that so that doesn't happen again. My scores and my swing's bad enough as it is. I don't need to add faulty equipment on top of it. Pulled it a little bit, but it's still low on the club face, but it should be out there. .261, not a great strike, but we'll take it. 58 yards left, 10%. We'll call it another 6 yards on top of that, so we're looking at 64 yards or so. I'm gonna go 52. Hopefully this doesn't go up and over the net. Usually once I start creeping into 50, 60, or not 50, 60, 70, 80 yards with this 52, I start getting into that range where I worry about, there's nothing back there, but I just don't want to go chase it, and I like this ball. I don't want to switch if I don't have to. It's going to be left. Hopefully we dialed up a decent number for the yardage though. Alright. A little long. I tried to close the club face down just a tad on that one and play it a little bit lower so I didn't have to go chase it, so that's probably why the extra yardage came in on that one. Pretty cool, just little subtle differences that you can make, and that you're purposely trying to do, and the R10 reflects it if it actually picks it up that time. But that time it did. It was pretty cool. Alright, we're still 2 over through 6. 7th hole, par 4. We've got this tree right here on the left, which I don't love, so I think I'm going to aim up here. Hopefully I can get this right on the edge of this tree, get it started, and I'm going to have to really draw this one back. Not that I can do that on command by any means, but that's the goal, at least on this one. Not the best contact, but started right. That should draw. Alright, did a little bit. .206 left. We're in the rough, so that's going to be another 20, 21, 22 yards on top of this. Plus we have water short and all the way left, which I don't love. So I usually fade these, not exactly willingly, but they do fade, which is probably good considering there's water there. But I'm gonna aim the right side of this green on top of that. And what am I gonna hit? So we got 206 down 2, so like 204 plus what did I say, 20 yards or so. So I'm gonna go 5 hybrid. Hopefully get 220, 230 out of it. Low on the club face again. Oh, and We cracked another ball. There's another one right down the middle. I think that just happened on this one. I was looking, but that's unfortunate. Now I have to switch. And we came up short left. Man, going through balls like crazy out here. So, unfortunately now, with the dots, just so I don't have to change the settings, I'm going to have to go with a lower quality, the nitro pulsars, which are firmer balls, so this is going to feel like even more of a rock while I hit them. There's probably going to be some performance downgrades out of these cheaper balls, but it is what it is. That's unfortunate. That's two nice Callaway balls that I like playing with that I cracked within one day here, so my Golf Galaxy run to go find some new balls is probably going to be coming up here sooner than later. Alright, 38 yards down once, we're at 37, 10%, we'll call it another 4, so we're at 41 or so. I'm going to go 52 degree. Yeah, I can just tell this sounds a lot different off the club. Much firmer. Wow. And way short. 16 yards left. That was a waste of a stroke. So again, I'm not going to change. There's definitely differences between balls. I don't know about how much, but those Callaway balls are definitely hotter off the club, and I get more distance out of them, especially with the compression, the softer feel with these colder temperatures. But might have to start either clubbing up or going like a half a club more to compensate. That one seemed like I hit it decent, but that came up well short. I don't love switching balls mid-round, but it is what it is. Can't play with a cracked ball. That one I did pop up, but that was longer than 8 yards for sure. Double bogey, man. Well, there goes the scorecard that I was talking about. 8th hole, par 3. And the first real hole now with this ball. That should be fun. Right over the water. I'm going to have pretty much all carry with this. 189 over the water. So, usually I would hit a 6-iron here for 190. I'm going to club up and go 5. Make sure we take into account maybe some extra yardage that are coming off with this ball. Plus I'd rather be long here and get over that water. Struck that pretty good actually. Hopefully that's not too much. Alright, decent shot there. From what I can tell, these nitro balls, I've experienced it in the past, and just from these past couple shots, they're about 5 to 10 yards shorter, believe it or not, than those Callaway balls that I was using. That one I struck decent. That probably would have been 200, 205 with the other ball. That one came up 194, I think it was. 9th hole, par 4. 449. I've seen other people, I was reading reviews on Amazon of some of the different balls. Some people have mentioned that as well with the Callaway. I'd assume that's probably generally the case, but obviously people have different preferences for different balls and they perform better for different types of swings and whatnot, so pushed it right. Decent contact though. Club face was just wide open when I hit that. The pin's kind of tucked up there to the right, so we gotta deal with these trees. 211 left of the hole, and then 10% on that's gonna be a good like 22 yards on top of that. So I'm gonna go 4 hybrid. Actually, I'm gonna go 3 hybrid. Take the extra club. Usually 4 hybrid I play to about 240. I think I'll probably need the extra club here with the 3 hybrid. We'll see what happens, especially if we catch those trees. It's just gonna knock it down. Another one I struck pretty good. We'll see what happens. Started a little left, should fade back right. Right into the tree. Alright, 65 yards, down once. We're at 64, and then 10%, we'll call it 7. So 71 or so. I'm gonna go choke down pitching wedge. See if I can flight something in there. Right around 70, 75 or so. Just caught the front. Bogey. Strange, my with this vest and the flannel, the middle section, like my torso, is getting warm. I can feel a little sweat coming, but my extremities, my hands, and my legs and my feet are still cold. I was looking, I couldn't really find anything or think of anything off the top of my head, but possibly looking into switching out my gloves. These are just regular, the 2 gloves that I always wear. They're good for hot weather and rain. They're microfiber and you can wash them on top of that, which I like, but they're not exactly the most warm gloves in the world. I don't know if they make specifically winter style golf gloves, but I was thinking maybe even just those thin knitted ones. But alright, this stupid palm tree, we're right underneath it for this tee shot. I don't know what's going to happen with this, but we're going to leave it there. 10th hole, 403, par 4. Going to hit driver. Sometimes I wonder with these mappings of the course if there's actually a palm tree in real life there, or if Garmin maybe just got it a little bit different and puts us for the tee box right underneath the palm tree. Decent contact again. Wasn't the quickest, but that'll probably be a little fade. Yep. Got some distance out of it though. 270. Alright, 140 yards left. We're just in the fairway, although it looks like we're in the rough. No reduction there, so we're at 140 up 1. 141. Gonna go. That's right between usually strong pitching wedge, soft 9, and then with the shortage and everything else with the ball and the weather, etc. Gonna go 9 iron and not even do that much of a soft 9, more of just a smooth 9, and we'll see what happens. And choke down about a half an inch or so, and then put a decent swing on it. That's going to be left. Long left. Man, it's going to be a +3. Eleventh hole, par 3. 201. So usually it's down 1, so it's 200 on the dot. Do I hit the 5-iron like I usually would? That last one with this 9-iron, that came up a little long. I guess we'll go 5-iron, see what happens. This is a firmer ball, so I think usually if you have a decent swing speed, I think the firmer balls usually go a little bit longer. Those are probably during regular conditions, not these. We'll see. If this comes up any more than about 5 or 10 yards short, I'll probably have to club up here on out. Not the best, a little bit thin, and it's going to be right. We'll see what we get yardage wise. Yeah, way short. I don't know if we caught that tree. Should have hit the 4-iron. Alright, it's official. I gotta continue. I did it on the last couple. I should have clubbed up there, but 32 yards left. Gonna go 56. It's again kind of tough with the phone being further away. I can't see exactly what happened. So that one was probably going to be short regardless, but we're near those trees. I wonder if that caught the tree and took off even more. So it had the potential, if we did catch the tree, maybe it was going to be a decent distance, but I don't know. So I got to kind of go with what I see based on the results. Hit the mat a little bit, but that still should be right around 30 so yards, or not pick it up. All right, try that again. Like I mentioned a couple days ago, the past few years, this is my 5th year playing. Usually I would kind of pack it in for the season once it started getting down to like 30-40 degrees, because out on course it's pretty tough. But now with the simulator I'm playing out here, I can't remember cracking any balls on course when I played in colder weathers in years past. I have used those Callaway balls a lot. So one, they were already probably pretty worn down. They didn't have a whole lot of life left in them. And then two, I think with the colder weather, it probably accelerated those breaking down quicker and cracking easier. That one was a tad left and I popped it up a little bit more. Alright, decent shot. +1. We'll take it for a par. +12th hole, par 5. Looks like I was gonna say open fairway. It's kind of narrows up there for the landing spot, but see if we can get a decent drive. It's kind of dumb out here. Obviously, we're not really playing it, but even just seeing where you're aiming, you get a little more confidence when you have a nice wide open fairway versus obstructions. You got hazards and whatnot just in the back of your mind. You know that when you're hitting it, even if you're only hitting into a net like I am. Alright, let's get something 270 here. Not the best contact. That was high on the face. That's not going to be quite 270, but that might be 250, 260, relatively straight. Turn over a little bit left. 266, left side of the rough. Alright, 233 left, plus we're in the rough, so it's going to be 10%, which is another, call it 24 yards on top of that, so I need 3 hybrid up there. That probably still, I don't know if we're going to get it there. That was pretty heavy. That's going to be well short, probably a little bit left. Definitely came out left. Usually those fade a little bit, but that's going to be probably 50, 60 yards short. Yep, 46 yards short. 190, and then what I say, 20 yards or so, so that was only like 210. It's probably pretty accurate from how heavy I hit that. All right, 46 yards. I'm gonna go 52 degree. Put a little bit of extra mustard on it. It seems like the distances are relatively close with some of the longer clubs, but I felt like these wedge shots are coming up shorter with this ball. Kind of popped it up left. That might be front side left. Huh, long. We got it there. All right, moving right along. 13th hole, par 4. Grab some Gatorade quick. We've got par 4, 405. 6 over now through 12. Gonna aim up there. See if we can get another decent swing on the driver. I think we're aimed 264, I believe it was. Let's see if I can put something straight out there and get that 270 number. Not with this tee. That one has more prongs broken off than are left. I need one of those automatic ball things that some of the, I think Topgolf has them, and I've seen some people with their own indoor simulator. They built a thing where basically I haven't looked into it specifically, but to my knowledge, it's basically a bucket of balls underneath, and it has like an automatic arm that puts the ball down on a tee or onto the mat. Save myself from bending over as much. Decent swing again, but I left it out to the right. Hopefully still catch the fairway though. All right, 281, we'll take that. Grinch Christmas 01 says, I see a bag of onions over there. Not sure if that's because of my sniffles, or you think I'm complaining and crying, or if that's a Grinch reference. I don't know. You'll have to probably explain that one. I don't necessarily get that comment, but 126 left, down 1. I'm gonna go pitching wedge. Or maybe the bag of onions is making reference to my game stinking. That could be the case too. That's gonna be really far left. I'm just being hilarious. Well, it'd be funnier if I understood it, but 22 yards, 10%. We'll call another 2 or 3, so we need like 25. I'm gonna go 60 degree. Should be decent. We'll see how the R10 reads that. I feel it'd be short, if anything, yeah. A little short. I've been going into random live chats and say that, but Onion will help you out. All right, I'll take a look into some onion. I've actually been eating, or actually not as much lately, but a few weeks ago I was eating some raw onion. Supposed to be a lot of health benefits of it. One of those superfoods. Eat a little bit of raw onion every day. Helps you out. There's a multitude of health benefits. So, is it cold there? Yeah, it's pretty cold. It's when I came out here, I've been out here about an hour or so. It was like 42, I think it was, with the real feel in the 30s. So, yeah, it's like 30, 40 degrees. Pretty cold. At least there's no snow, though. All right, 14th hole, par 4. I'm in Iowa, minus 12 degrees. Yikes. Yeah, a little colder there than it is here. I guess my reference point of cold is how it was during the summer, and I'm jealous of some of my friends that live in Florida. It's probably like 50, 60, 70, 80 degrees right now. So compared to that, 30 degrees is pretty cold, but compared to, I guess, minus 12 degrees, 30 degrees is pretty warm. Pretty good swing there. We'll see what happens. That should be pretty straight. Might turn over a little bit left, but that should be in the fairway, I would think. Looking at moving to Florida soon. I was there for 2 months, just got back. Yeah, I like Florida a lot. Whereabouts were you in Florida? Hopefully you weren't there when the hurricanes were there. All right, Orlando. 158 left, plus we got water. I'm gonna go 9 iron. No, I'll go soft 8. I'm gonna go soft 8, aim for the left side. Decent swing. It's going to be left, but we'll see what we get for the number yardage wise. All right, about pin high left. Appreciate the likes and the follows. Appreciate any gifts or donations you guys send as well. Makes this debatably warm or cold, I guess, depending how you look at it. 30-degree weather, a little more bearable. I was looking into those, the different meanings of the gifts that I guess you can give. I think roses, I guess, are like the standard one, and then I was reading something about the, what is it called? TikTok universe or something like that, or the galaxy. It like shows up on everyone's screen or something like that. All right, 15th hole. We're plus 7 through 14. Another one with these stupid palm trees right by the tee box. So I guess we'll leave it where it is. Oh, that was horrendous. I hit the mat first. That's going to be very short and very right. Be lucky if I get 200 yards out of that. 234. All right. 174 left, up 3. So we're at 177, plus we'll call it another 18 yards or so on top of that because we're in the rough. So 177, 187, 195. If I did my math correct, I'm going to go 5 iron. Before I do that, I'm just going to double check to make sure there's no water or anything up there. I think we're good. So, let's see. It's going to be right side, but I struck it decent. Ooh, I don't know about that. I wonder if we caught that tree. That one felt like it was going to be a good 190, 195. I don't think that was 20 yards short. It was definitely right as it showed, but came out a little low, but that was a decent strike. Either way, 21 yards left. We're in the rough, so we'll call it another 2 or 3. I'm going to go 60 degree again. That's going to be short. I didn't swing hard enough at that. Hopefully that catches the front side of the green. Yep, front side. Bogey, falling apart here. 16th hole, par 3. 164 up one, so we're right at 165. I'm gonna go 8 iron. Crawling to the finish line at this point. Popped it up just a tad. Should be relatively straight though. It'll probably fade. We'll see if it gets there. Nope. Short right. 20 yards left. That one actually hurt my hands. That's a similar feeling with this cold weather and these firmer balls. Again, like I said, they kind of feel like you're hitting a rock. That one felt like the, if you guys ever played baseball, and you hit the ball, I think, what is it, when it's, you hit it kind of towards the, like the neck of the club, or the neck of the bat rather, it like sends the vibrations through your hands. That's what that one kind of felt like. I got some vibration on that last one. That'll probably be a little short as well. Not as short as the last one. Maybe we only need 20 yards. Maybe that'll be relatively close. Hit just the top of the net and dribbled over though, so it was definitely kind of popped up. Bogey. I don't know what happened there. It was probably a +2. All right, 2 holes left. 17th hole. Hey, at least we're 9 over. We're about half of our goal, so it's not too bad, all things considered. Let's see if we can get maybe another par, even a birdie maybe for one of these. Finish somewhere +9, +10 or under. Par 4, 411. Relatively open, so not the best. It's not gonna be terrible. That's gonna draw. It might even overcook left, but it should be out there. 275. Not the best contact, but we'll take that. 275 in the fairway. Alright, 139 left, down 1, so we're at 138. I guess we'll go pitching wedge. It's either a full kind of strong pitching wedge or soft 9 with these conditions. I guess we'll go pitching wedge, see what happens. Oh, that was really thin and left. That's gonna be off the green. Must have been a soft bounce when it hit. Oh, we're in the bunker, that's why. If that didn't hit the bunker, that would have been like 10, 20 yards long left. Luckily, we're pin high, but we're in the bunker. So, we've got 14 yards, 20%. That would be 3 yards. I think it's going to play closer to 40%, which would be 6. So, we're looking at 20 yards or so, maybe even a little more. We're going to go 60 degree. Gonna be a tad left. Hopefully I put enough on that. +1, all right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, final hole. Oh boy, we got water all on the left too. 18th hole, par 4, 382 yards. Is this palm tree behind us, I think? I'm gonna aim basically at these bunkers on the right. I'd rather be in the bunker than lose a stroke into the water. Hopefully have that line going there towards the right and draw one back just a little to where we're out of the bunker, in between somewhere the fairway and the water. Pushed it right, it was kind of just dead straight right. Probably be in that bunker. Yep. Alright. This is not going to be an easy shot here. 145 up 1, so we're at 146, and now we're in the bunker. And although again it says 20%, it's going to play longer than that. It's going to play at least 30, maybe even 40 or 50% out of here. So 20% would be 30 yards, so that puts us at 175. I think I might even need a little more than that, so I think I'm going to hit a 7, which is usually about 180. See what happens. Struck it decent. It was a little thin, came out kind of low. Wow, that played really, really short. I don't know what happened there. I think the sand really took a lot out of that, but 29 yards left. I'm gonna go 56. Hopefully we stick the screen and get out of here. Oh, and I thin it right. Hopefully that lands soft. Wow, that was a generous bounce wherever that however that happened, but bogey to finish it on 18. That was a pretty bad wedge shot to finish it. But from the Westin Mission Hills Resort, the Pete Dye course, this was in Rancho Mirage, California. Again, Pete Dye design course, completed in 1987. We ended up with a 10 over 80. All things considered, not the worst. Kind of an ugly scorecard. We went 40 on the front, 40 on the back. No birdies or anything better than that. Pars, mostly pars and bogeys. We had a double on 7, but besides that, nothing super horrendous. Only 4 out of 14 fairways. Had a few decent drives, but nothing really was that straight. Still kind of struggling with the driver, and then only 4 out of 18 greens in regulation. Also pretty horrendous. For those two, the fairways and the greens in regulation, I try to be at least 50%, and then ideally like 75%, but not today. And then 31 putts across 18 holes, just under 2 putts a hole. But hey, at least we finished better than our goal going into, which would have been bogey golf. So it was about half of that, a little bit more than that, but it is what it is. These Pete Dye courses, from the black tees, that was the furthest back, because basically these Pete Dye courses are essentially all just championship level courses. So to be 10 over, granted it's a lot easier here on the simulator than it would be in real life, but we'll take the 10 over. But I'm gonna keep going now with the Pete Dyes. I have those. I have some par 3 courses I'm gonna play, all done, like I said, with the top 59 hole courses in the world, unless I find another list. But like always, let me know. I have the list going and I write them all down. If you guys have a course you'd like to see me play, let me know in the comments. Give me the name of the course and the location, and I'll respond to you. Write it down, and then you'll see it in an upcoming video. But until next time, I'm gonna go get warm, pack all this stuff up, and live to swing and play out here another day. Hopefully a little bit warmer, probably not, but it is what it is. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next course.